again on this evening. It's a weekday, but as still you are here, it shows that you are committed. You want to change your results. You want to align your life with universal laws, with your vision, or you want to create a better life. Now, if that is true, type yes or type align in the chat box. I say I want to make it interactive. Now, we cannot have more interaction, but at least I will be reading your comments in the chat box. So type align, because as we are about to start. Thank you, Maitri. Thanks, Adrian. Thanks, Mustafa Bhai. So it's all about alignment. So true. Welcome everyone again. So this is about alignment. How many of you drive car? Maitri. Sorry, there is some technical problem. 1 minute, please let me fix. Maitri, bobo slide mo thinking here. See, 2 slides. Just a minute, there is something. Just a minute, there is some technical glitch. Slides are not moving according to. So it is again a case of misalignment. You can see this. So okay, it's done. So starting with this example, we are all driving. Now I want you to imagine that if you are driving, whether you are driving or you are riding, somebody else is driving. Do you agree that there are 4 wheels of car? And what if one wheel is not aligned? What happens? Just type it in the chat box. What will be your experience if one of the wheel is misaligned? What happens? If you want, you can unmute yourself and speak, or you can type it in the chat box. Yeah, Adrian, crash also there is chances, because steering is not in your control. You want to go straight, but it will pull you on the left or right. Cannot reach to destination. Rangaraj, true. Disbalance, Jasmine, thank you very much. So it's overall uncomfortable and risky, correct? And even it will cause damage to the equipment also. Your car also will get damaged. Initially, damage will be on the wheel, but then there will be many mechanical things also will start getting damaged. So it is risky, it is unsafe, and it is unpleasant. Do you agree this? If this makes sense, type MS in the chat box that it makes sense. This is just one example I am giving in our daily life. Thank you, Rangaraj. Thank you, Maitri, Adrian. Thanks. So now imagine that this is we, correct? This is our body. Now, do you agree that we have many systems in our body, and every system are aligned with each other? Like we have, you can say, digestion system, we have disposal system, we have breathing system, we have nerve system, we have blood system like heart system, reproduction system. Do you agree that all the systems are working in alignment? And when they are working in alignment, what happens? We have better life. We can have healthy life. We can have good energy. But imagine that one system is misaligned. Something goes wrong on health part. What happens? What happens in our body? It will be again, you can say, not energized. It will attract disease, medication. Many things will happen. Correct? Now, if I give my example, my father recently traveled to India because he was having some nerves problem in spine. So he was advised to go for surgery. Now, even he was having say nerve compression in the spine, the pain was in the leg. See, this is how our complicated systems we have in our body. Now that's why alignment of body is also important, alignment of mind is also important. So what is next comes to alignment. Now, do you agree that we all live in one universe? So I want you to type in the chat box which country you are from right now. City or country you can write. India, thanks Rangaraj. But you live in Dubai, so Mr. Adrian, you are Hungary. Any other countries in our meeting right now? So see, my purpose is, now do you agree that every country, every city has some rules? Like Rangaraj is in audit. I know him because we are part of BNI. Now, if suppose companies or businesses are not complying to audit, what happens, Rangaraj? Thanks, Mustafa Bhai from Tanzania and you in Dubai. What happens if suppose somebody is not having proper audited report, somebody is not filing tax return, somebody is overspeeding on the road? What happens? Fines and penalties, correct? Like even this is simple example, the city or country we live in. There, like Dubai is very strict because that's why it's a safe place. As long as we are complying with universal laws, we have smooth life. We don't have to worry, and we follow it because we don't want to attract penalties and the consequences. Business becomes stagnant in due course, yeah, because the moment if there is any non-compliance, like you can see there is AML these days, anti-money laundering laws, and if somebody is not complying, they attract penalties. Now, do you agree that we all live in one universe? Do you agree that whichever country, city you are in right now, is it part of one universe? It's true. So, one universe, do you agree that universe also operates with some precise laws? We never question, suppose right now in Dubai, it's almost 7 plus 7, 7 p.m. and 5-6 minutes over that. After 12 hours, there will be daylight. There will be day. You and me, we don't have to worry about it. Now, that is law of nature. Yes, Rangaraj, that is a law of nature. So, universe is having precise laws. Like right now, there is a summer in Dubai. After 2 months or 3 months, there will be better season. Heat will not be there. So, we know this all, that this is how universe works. This is how planets are aligned. Imagine that if planets are not aligned, if sometime that misalignment happens, what it turns into. You can type it in the, we see these days lot of things are happening, like in India there was a flood, heavy rain. What happened? It is because there was some misalignment, something didn't went right, and that caused discomfort and inconvenience and casualty to people. So, how well you know about these universal laws. So, I'm going to cover this universal law in this session, and then how these universal laws affects your results. Because ultimately, when you are in alignment with these laws, you can have a better life. You can have peace of mind. You can feel good. You can earn better money. You can create more wealth for yourself, for people around you, and impact many lives. Does this make sense? So, type MS in the chat box if you feel that yes, this makes sense. Now, there are many other universal laws. One law, like there is a law of physics also. So, any specific law of physics comes to your mind when we are talking about law, which is very common. Suppose if I throw this, it is going to come down, correct? Law of opposite is another law, that is also law of physics, Rangaraj. I am talking about law of gravity, correct? Now, law of gravity says that anything heavier than air will come down because of law of gravity. Now, does this work with plane also? Flights? Flights are so much heavier than air. There are say 500, 600, 700 passenger in the flight its own weight, and then people within that, and many other things, furniture, seats, machineries, but still it is flying. Why? What is the reason? Now, earlier, before Wright brothers, they came up with invention of flying, it was illogical, correct? Logic was there that we cannot fly because we are not given wings. But then these two gentlemen, they were dreamers. They didn't accept that logic. They came up with illogical idea that no, we want to fly, and they made it happen. So, it has become easy for all of us. World has become smaller because of flying, correct? So, what made this flying possible? Anybody wants to share? Then I will put my things. I learned from my mentor. So, what if law of gravity says that anything heavier than air, so human efforts on the invention, correct? But Rangaraj, these two laws, like one you have written is opposite reaction. So, law of reciprocity. So, one is law of gravity. So, law of gravity says that anything heavier than air will come down because of effect of gravity. Yes, Akib, that is also right. It is because of imagination. But I am talking about law of physics. So, law of physics, like say if you see jet engine, So there are big engines, correct? If it is a A380 flight, there are 4 engines. If that is a smaller aircraft, there are 2 engines. And those engines propel, so that is what? Law of reciprocity. Every action has equal and opposite reaction. So jet engine, what they do? Jet engine push the flight, and that push is heavier or more bigger than law of gravity, and that's why the flights are possible. Say take example of spacecraft or rocket, if it is being launched from Earth station. Now do you agree that that rocket, that satellite, that you can say spaceship will require more thrust and energy initially? What is the reason? Why suppose say from NASA or from ISRO as a rocket is launched? Do you agree that there are more you can say powerful thrusters, engines, boosters? Why that those boosters are required? Any reason why those boosters are required? Because of law of gravity. But when the rocket is out of gravity, out of Earth's environment, then what it needs is just power for maneuvering, correct? Because it is going in opposite direction. True, Rangaraj? It is because it is going against gravity. Now what if I say that when we also try to bring any change in our life, we are going to face something similar? Any change you want to bring, let it be changes as learning, changes as investing in yourself, change in even investing in some assets, or bringing some big change in your lifestyle which is good for you, maybe change in eating habits, change in living style, anything. Initially there will be resistance. Now similar kind of gravity force is there inside us. So people make New Year resolution, correct? They are very serious, they are very sincere, they say no, I am committed. This 31st January I will make sure that next year is going to be better than the previous all years. They make some New Year resolutions. If they want to say release weight, I don't use lose weight, I say release weight. They join gym for annual, but within 15 or 16 days they leave, they give up. Why? Because this gravitational force, initially it is powerful, but when it becomes a habit, you can easily come out of that. You can easily step out of that comfort zone and build and design your life. So align and design is all about this, that you need to align with your goals. Your goals or your dreams should be big enough than the circumstances. The circumstances can be different circumstances for different people, but we have to decide that it is in our control. So this is about universal laws. So now, how many of you have studied about universal laws? I am not talking about law of physics, law of gravity we have discussed, we have learned in school, law of reciprocity. I am talking about basic universal laws. How many of you have learned about law of cause and effect? How many of you have learned about law of vibration? We are going to discuss that. So keep your mind open. Now same thing, when I have started learning this from my mentor, he gave me this advice. He says the information which he is going to share with me he says it might be new for you. He says don't accept everything, but don't reject, consider it, and then use your thinking, use your reasoning, and then accept it. Same thing I am telling you. If you have pen and paper, make notes, because this information what I am sharing I have learned in last 12 years from different mentors. So we know about this also, correct? If you are in manufacturing, you know that how important gears are. Even the things like small bicycle. Imagine the bicycle, the gear and chain are not in alignment. What happens? As a child, you must have you must have experienced bicycle. What happens when the chain is misaligned with the gear? It won't move, correct? So that is the power of alignment in machinery. Now you will be thinking, what is my authority? Who am I? Who am I to discuss and share this information, this knowledge? So few people knows me, few of you I am new to you. So my name is Deepak Badra. I am alignment coach. I help people on alignment, and that's what concept I feel, that alignment is everything. If you are not aligned, you are misaligned. I am author of this book, Grow Your Money Tree. How many of you have read this book? So few of you are already having this book. I never thought 3 years back that I can write a book. But then I have changed my belief system. I learned how I can write a book. The book has become Amazon bestseller, and now I am writing second book. So academic qualification, I am an engineer. I worked for 30 years in engineering, and what I am doing now is nothing related to engineering. But yes, all those experiences I have accumulated, what worked, what didn't work, what made me successful, what made me financially free, I am going to share with you. And then I am consultant with Bob Proctor's company. How many of you have heard about Bob Proctor? Type in the chat box Bob Proctor, so at least it will give me idea that how many of you are aware about this, you can say, information. Yeah, Adrian, you are definitely, we have worked together, so you know that. Yes, Bob Proctor. Anybody else is aware about Bob Proctor before I go forward? So Bob Proctor, I learned from him many things. He helped me to come out of rat race, to build my financial freedom, and to help other people. He unfortunately passed away 2 years back, but then he left a legacy. What I am sharing today is coming through me, but it is his information which he has learned. I have learned from him, he has learned from his mentors, his mentor learned from their mentors. So it is passing of legacy. So this is basics about me. This is my life. These are my GPS. These are my mentors. So on left side, if you see extreme left, Andy Harrington. How many of you know this gentleman? How many of you have read this book? Rich Dad Poor Dad. How many of you are aware? Yes. What is his name? Anybody can? You can type in the chat box. What is his name? This guy. Because these two mentors, they have changed my life. Thank you, Degvir. Kiyosaki, yes, Robert Kiyosaki, true. So I learned from Robert Kiyosaki about money. Bob Proctor is here. I learned from Bob Proctor about mind. He is my business coach. In India, Rajiv Talreja is my digital coach. So I am learning new digital skills, how I can be more presentable, how I can be more expressive. This is my book writing mentor. He helped me to write my book, and I am associated with his company as vice president. Not working for a company, but I am associate. Andy Harrington helped me on public speaking. Thaddeus Lawrence is from Singapore. He helped me on adventures and different type of coaching system. So these are my mentors. I have many other mentors. Next week I am going to Malaysia to learn from Blair Singer. So Blair Singer is Rich Dad advisor, one of the Rich Dad advisor. I am meeting him first time online. I learned a number of times from him. So this is about me. This is my life now. I did mountaineering last year. I did skydiving. I did scuba diving. I go for retreat every year. And I enjoy, I really love to do. Now I am not sharing this to impress you. I am sharing this because to impress upon you that if I can do it, a person who has worked for 30 years on corporate job never thought that there is a better life beyond corporate job, 9 to 5. But then when these mentors, which I showed picture to you, it shifted my mind. They helped me to align with my vision, my belief system, my actions. They pushed me, like, see, that was the role of mentor. If mentor is not pushing you, then that is missing. So this is what I am living life now. When I decided to leave my job, this is how the experience was. It was a fear. But then after, you can say, few seconds, I was enjoying this. And anything we do new, our mind is going to stop us. And why, I will share in this. So, so this is about alignment. Like, say, as we are talking about alignment. Now, do you agree that we are having 4 areas of life? Key 4 areas. One is mental well-being, emotional well-being, physical well-being, financial well-being. So emotional well-being, mental well-being has to do with peace of mind. You are not having worry that how bills are going to be paid. You have to go to office for 9 to 5. You are having time for yourself. Emotional well-being, you love yourself, you love what you do, you love people around you and other people also. You attract those kind of people whom you really want to help and support and who are willing to change. Physical well-being, our body, correctly. We need physical well-being definitely, because what you need time for. You need time for exercise, you need good food, you need nutrition, and that needs time. Now, do you agree that if financial well-being is taken care, you can have better time and better energy for all these three areas? How many of you feel that yes, this makes sense? Because we spend a lot of time on earning money. How many of you feel we spend a lot of time on earning money? And I was one of them, but I understood importance of financial well-being. I invested in me. I invested more than, you can say, $250,000 just paying as a fee to Bob Proctor. I traveled to Canada and US for 9 times to learn from him. But was it worth? I would say 1,000 times. Was it easy? No. Nothing is easy. If we want to achieve any bigger results, there will be resistance. Our mind will always stop us. What if this doesn't work? What if this fails? Many things will come into screen of your mind, but these 4 areas, when they are aligned, you can really live your better life which you deserve. How many of you feel that by working on these 4 areas you can design your life? So you can write alignment in chat box if this makes sense: mental well-being, emotional well-being, physical well-being, financial well-being. Thank you, Jasmine. Thanks, Adrian. Thanks, Shahendra. Degveer Singh, thank you. So it's all about alignment. So I've started, okay, Akib, thank you. So it's all about alignment. Like, see, if we are in alignment, we deserve a better life. Like, see, we are all here on this planet on a shorter journey where time flies, you don't know. I'm here in Dubai since 25 years. I'm 57 now. But till the age of 53, I was on 9 to 5. I was trading my time, which was required. But when I understood and I raised my awareness, things have changed. Thanks, Rangaraj, for confirming. It's all about alignment. Now, these are some areas. I'm just giving example that these are the areas of life. Say wealth creation, relaxation, having better life, better experience, having luxury in life, having time for yourself, working on your hobby. See, these 2 hobbies, correct? Painting, photography. You are rewarding yourself by luxury travel. You are having time to spend with family. Now, do you agree that this covers all these 4 areas? Mental well-being, emotional well-being, physical well-being, financial well-being. And when financial well-being is there in place, you can enjoy the life better. And but unfortunately, most people, they find themselves in rat race. Now, rat race is not only for people who are working on job. The people who are having their business, there is a bigger rat race. How many of you feel that there is a bigger rat race? So I learned just 2 weeks back. I was attending training of my mentor Blair Singer, and he says the entrepreneurs or self-employed people are those who work for 80 hours per week to avoid a job of 40 hours per week. So in job, you may be working, say, 40 hours, 8 hours per day into 5 days, 40 hours per week, and then you enjoy your weekend. But do you agree that being a self-employed, now we have, how many of you are self-employed and how many of you are employed? You can type if you are comfortable with, but do you agree that you are trading time? And if you are self-employed, you are trading more time. You are not having paid vacations. You are not having paid weekends. Even your mind is always busy, occupied with those activities. Thank you, Saindra. Mustafa Bhai, thank you. Thanks for confirming. So, unfortunately, so I learned this word called rat race. I learned from Robert Kiyosaki at the age of 46. I was not aware. I was comfortable in my job. I had no complaints. I was getting those increments which the employee used to get. And I was having comfortable life. But when I learned from him that there is a life called financial freedom, and that made me to go to him. I learned. I decided to get out of the rat race, but not in a bigger rat race. So that's where Bob Proctor helped me. He helped me to find out my purpose. And when you have a clarity of purpose, you can align your life. So rat race is something. Now, see, we are talking about creation. We are talking about alignment. How many of you feel that calmness is a good state? When you are calm, when you are relaxed. How many of you feel? So you can type calmness in the chat box. Why calmness is important? When you are free from worry, you are calm, correct? So this is 6 keys to success. So this is my idea. I came out with these words and made this diagram. Everything starts with calmness. So one of Bob Proctor's mentor, James Allen, he says calmness of mind is beautiful jewel of the wisdom. Calmness. Everything starts with calmness. When you are having calmness, you will have a clarity. How many of you feel that there is a lack of clarity in our life? We want many things, and many times we don't know what we really want. How many of you feel? I was there. I was struggling this. Hi, Mr. Subro. So clarity, lack of clarity is one of the things people are struggling. I was struggling. Why I am telling you? I wanted to be financially free, but I never thought beyond that. When I decided to become financially free, I was not knowing what I want to do when I am financially free. I had these things what I am doing today. It was not in my dream even 8 years back. Thank you, Rangaraj. Thank Degvir Singh, Sahendra. So if you don't have a clarity, there is a confusion, correct? It is opposite to clarity is confusion. But when there is a clarity, you can work on your competence. When you are clear, you know that what are the gaps where you need to raise your awareness, where you need to raise your competence, and then you work on it. Now, do you agree that when you have a right skill set, tool set and mindset, you will have more confidence? How many of you feel that confidence is important part in success? Write confidence in the chat box. Agree. Thank you. Thanks, Rangaraj. So confidence is very important. Yeah, Degvir, thank you. Now, when I made a decision to start coaching, yes, Sakib, thank you, Adrian, Sandra. So we agree that confidence is very important, because anything new we want to do which we never did, it needs to be confidence. But confidence will only come when we are equally competent. Either we raise our own skills or we outsource it through the right people, learn from other people, learn from mentors, take some actions, make some mistakes. So I was listening to Bob Proctor last week, and Bob was asking a question. So same question I will ask you. What is opposite to failure? Type in the chat box. What is the opposite to failure? So I had some specific word which I was wrong. So as per you, what is opposite to failure? Success. Okay, Adrian, anybody else wants to share what is opposite to failure? Degvir, thank you. Now what if I say that failure is not opposite to success? Failure is a part of success. How many of you feel that failure is a part of success? Things like lights, like it is like say 7:30 in the evening, this is my office, studio, workplace, there are lights. Now if I want you to go back maybe 150 years back, Thomas Edison, till that time people were living in candle lights and oil lamp. Any idea how many times Thomas Edison failed in inventing just one light bulb? How many times he has failed? Anybody knows those approximate numbers? 1,000. Oh, it is actually 10,000 times. So thank you, Sandra, for sharing. I learned from my mentor. Like, see, I was not bothered at all about all this information because I was busy with my work. I did air conditioning for 30 years. I never thought anything other than air conditioning. And I was growing. It was giving me reasonably good income, but not freedom. Now, if you want to have freedom, definitely you have to align yourself. Thank you, Mr. Subro. So every failure helps to move towards success. Absolutely. Failure is a part of success. Now, do you agree that to become confident, you have to do small actions, make mistakes, correct it, take feedback, make it change the strategy. For that, you will need courage to act. How many of you feel that many times we are scared to take new actions? Now, imagine that when you are confident at what you are doing, you will have a better courage. You will have a courage to act. How many of you feel that? Yes. Many times we feel that I thought about this, doing this, but I didn't do because time was not right. Thank you, Degvir. Thanks, Adrian. Thanks, Sandra. So, and why I am sharing with my own experience. This is everything, all the cycle where I was, what was holding me back. Thank you, Rangaraj. And when you have a courage, do you agree that you can create a better life, better results, maybe financial freedom, maybe wealth creation, maybe peace of mind, many things you can create. Does this make sense, this circle? If you want, you can take screenshot, but this is something I can even spend 3-4 hours on this, but as we don't have this much time, because I want to cover many things. So now, how many of you are struggling with your existing model, even though you know that few things are not working in that model, let it be business model, let it be your job, but we are still working on it. Now why this quote is there, this gentleman, how many of you know Buckminster Fuller? Anybody you ever heard about name of Buckminster Fuller? This gentleman? Yes, Adrian, yes, you heard. Buckminster Fuller has mentored Bob Proctor and Robert Kiyosaki both. So these both mentors, so you can search on that, but I will share a little bit. So this Bob Proctor's book is Robert Kiyosaki's book, and both of them, they refer this gentleman, and he was world's, you can say, one of the top thinker and architect. So this person says that you cannot change things by fighting the existing reality. Now take example of say COVID, or maybe presently also more way of doing business is keep on changing, correct? Even in UAE itself, if you see, the tax structure is changing, cost of operation is changing, many things are changing, and many people I see, they are keep fighting with the same strategy, same model. Now he says that to change something, build a new model that makes the existing model obsolete, old model obsolete. So to explain this, I have something which I again, this one, now you can see this, now this looks like COVID, but I have this one before COVID. So you can see this model, there is no much space, correct? It is like a not much possibility, much space, but when I change the model, the reality has changed, because I worked on new model. Now new model, there is a lot of space, time, resources, money, whatever you want. What is required is creating a new model. And when I learned this, I changed my model. Like COVID happened, before COVID I never thought that I have to go online and present like this. But my mentor told me, Bob Proctor, that you have to change the model. If you keep waiting that when COVID will be over and you will go back to the old model, that will never happen. Maybe part of the old model will be there, you will be again going back to in person, but online is going to remain forever. Let it be education, let it be personal development, let it be business meetings. How many of you agree that online model, you are more active after COVID? That is a new model, correct? So what happened? People have accepted it. Many people, they made fortunes, and many people, they have suffered as a victim. How many of you feel that? Yes. Thank you, Adrian. Thanks, Rangaraj, Degvir, Sahendra. True, online meeting saves a lot. My entire coaching model is online now. I meet people, I love meeting them. I do small events, seminars, but my focused coaching is one-to-one online. And this way, like, see, I don't have to, like, people are from different countries. I'm able to reach them with technology. So I'm keep on experimenting. I make sure that I'm a better presentable than previous time. So think about your model. What model you feel that you need to change in your business, in your personal life. Now, let's come back to our original topic. Now, these 7 laws I learned from Bob Proctor. So I'm going to cover these 7 basic laws. And these basic laws of universe, you can even apply in your personal and professional life, and I will explain how. So let's go to this law of vibration. Now, how many of you are using mobile phone? How many of you are using mobile phone? I'm sure your answer is all, correct? Everyone is using. Now you are assigned one number, true? And that number is a frequency. Somebody calls you from any part of the world, it will ring on your mobile number. Does it make sense? Because you are given a frequency. Now, everything vibrates. Even suppose if I say, even this book, this vibrates. Even it looks like as a stationary, but it vibrates. The screen, it vibrates. But vibration rate is different. If I show you this magnet, this is a magnet. It vibrates. It is a piece of iron, but its vibration rate is changed, that's why it become magnet, and then now it attracts like metals. So do you agree that based on our mood we are in different vibration, our body is in different vibration, it keeps changing. When we are feeling good, when we have peace of mind, when we are feeling good about ourselves, when we feel that I am in good mood, your actions will be different than as compared to when you are stressed. How many of you feel that? Yeah, our vibration also, our body vibration keeps changing. True? Thank you, Rangaraj. So, see, we are vibrating. Many times if you are resonating with something, suppose this information you are receiving through your senses, you can see me and hear me. But if emotionally you feel that, yes, this makes sense, whatever, every word what I am talking about has a potential to change your life, because it is, every word has changed my life. Now, I have made a decision to align my life with universal laws. Now, it doesn't mean that I never misaligned. I also get misaligned, but then I learn how I can bounce back. So, I was going to training with Bob Proctor, and people were asking questions that, Bob, you are working on this material, on this study since 60 plus years. Do you ever get stressed, anxiety, fear? He says, yes, I am also a human being. We are all emotional human being. We all goes through different emotions and experiences. But he says, I became aware about my vibration. Now, you cannot capture your thoughts because our thoughts keep on coming. How many of you feel that thoughts keep on coming one after one after one? How many of you feel that? Yes, thoughts, you cannot capture your thoughts, what you are thinking. It's because we are in good mood, yeah. That's what. So, our thoughts we cannot capture. Now, thoughts leads to emotions. Emotion also will not be aware till the time it carries away with something longer. But body vibration, we can be aware. We can feel ourselves, like, see, suppose something is not right with me. If imagine that when you were angry, what kind of vibration you were? When you were stressed, what kind of vibration? When you were happy, what kind of vibration you were? So, we have ability to change our vibration, and what vibration we are into, we attract. It's not like, say, we heard about law of attraction. Law of attraction says ask, believe and ready to receive. But basic law of attraction is law of vibration. You attract what you are in resonant with, how you vibrate. How many of you have heard about this law of vibration earlier? I was not aware till the age of 49. I learned a little bit about law of attraction from the Secret movie. But when I understood from Bob Proctor, and that requires understanding of the mind. So, we will discuss that also. I will share some details about mind. So, this 2-hour session is going to be powerful. I want full participation from your side, active participation in form of whenever I say respond with chat. So, law of vibration, everything vibrates, nothing rests. Even furniture, suppose you are sitting on a chair, a table, that also vibrates, but only difference is the rate of vibration is different. Certain things we can see because vibration rate is different, certain things we can't see. Now, if I show you example of, say, this radio. Now, do you agree that this radio use air waves as a medium of communication? Yeah, true. Now, this, but do you know the inventor of the radio when he came up with idea? Anybody remembers name of the person who has invented radio? If you have seen movie, I have seen Think and Grow Rich movie, Marconi. If anybody of you have heard, he came up with idea that ether or air can be used as a medium of communication. Now, that time people says that you are insane. He was put literally in the asylum center because he says this guy is a dangerous guy. He is talking something which is illogical, and he was put it in the asylum, thinking that he is mad. But then a sensible doctor came, and doctor asked him what are the bases. He says, give me time, allow me to prove. And then he was taken out, and then he has proved that air waves can be used. Now, what is that? It is a frequency, correct? Frequency is nothing but vibration. So, if I just tune this radio,
Shoemart featuring brands like Juniors, Kappa, Lee Cooper, Adidas, Skechers, Puma, and many.
الأرض يضلوك عن سبيل
الصين أنه ليش ما يكون في عقد الزواج
التفاحة.
So as I was tuning different frequencies, I was getting different, maybe music, maybe news, maybe some other things. Do you agree that wherever we are sitting, we are surrounded with millions of frequencies? But as our senses are not tuned to that, we miss it. So we need some instrument to pick up that vibration, to pick up that frequency, and to convert that signal. See how radio station works. So what I was tuning was being broadcasted from a radio station, correct? How many of you agree? So suppose a DJ or a music is being played in a radio station, the these audio waves are converted into electric signals, correct? Radio frequency, then it is broadcasted, then it came to my radio through antenna, and then it was transmitted from audio frequency, radio frequency to audible frequency. Now this kind of process is for just listening to music. Now do you agree that this works because universal laws were discovered? Universal laws were there, like see these laws are there since the time universe is formed. Do you agree that everything required to make the mobile phone? So I am using my iPhone right now as a camera. Earlier I was using webcam, but now do you agree that using iPhone there is a better broadcast? Now do you agree that this iPhone, to make this iPhone, any raw material is available in the universe since the time universe is formed? What was missing was awareness. Mobile phone, like when Graham Bell invented this phone. Have you seen this phone like which Graham Bell's time, like one was a headpiece and one was earpiece? How many of you have seen this in the movie or it was like this, correct? Now that time it was a wired phone, and idea of wireless communication was not there because it was illogical for those people. Now everything we can do with our mobile, like you can do banking, you can do travel booking, you can do entertainment, you can do your business, you can do emails, everything. True? And do you agree that we are using the ether, air, as a communication medium? Now this is become possible because this law, people understood that there is a law of vibration. When you change the vibration, the frequency change, and you can do a lot. Same thing, when you change your vibration of your body, your emotions, your thoughts, you can attract. So it is the matter of alignment. You need to be in alignment. Your thoughts should be aligned with feelings, and feelings should be aligned with your actions, body. So how many of you feel that this makes sense? Type vibration in the chat box. So if you are getting something new and if this resonates with you, type vibration in the chat box. This was something game changer for me. Thank you, thanks Adrian, thanks Rangaraj. So second law comes law of rhythm. Now law of rhythm says that we are experiencing different seasons, correct? Based on which continent you are or which country you are, there are different seasons. We never question. We know that June or May to August, September, Dubai, it will be summer. We accepted it, and we know that because that's how seasons are working. I was traveling to Canada in January, February. Canada was always full of snow. But when I was going in September, it was different season. True? So there are seasons. Universe works with these. These are laws. Planets. Solar eclipse happens, lunar eclipse happens, the planets are coming in alignment, the meteor showers happen, and we all have this information in advance. Does it make sense how you feel that yes, we are combined, we are having these universal laws around us? Now what if I say in our practical life, law of rhythm? A tide in the sea, everything is law of rhythm. What if, like suppose, how many of you feel that yes, the same thing happens with economy also? Things goes up, things come down, things goes up, things come down, correct? There is a rhythm. Whatever goes up will come down, whatever goes down will go up. How many of you experience this cycle? Maybe in your investment, maybe in your job, maybe in your business. How many of you feel that yes, law of rhythm is there? True. Thank you, Rangaraj. Thanks, Adrian. So, how this law is applied in our life? So, this law says you can be an observer. You can be a neutral person even in your own results. So normally what happens when something goes wrong, people become sad. Maybe they have loss in business, somebody cheated them, their business is not doing well, they are not getting promotion in the job, many things. People are getting upset, and when they are upset, they start talking, they start reacting. Correct. Now it is situation, you can't change it. See right now, how much uncertainty right now is happening all over the world. You can relate it, correct? Crops also follow a pattern. Thank you. Thanks, Premji. It's true. That's what crops like. You know that this is the seasonal crop. But you have to do certain things. Your soil should be fertile. Farmer has to take care of the crops, protect from the weeds, protect from other animals, protect from the birds. But sometimes that uncertain things happens. Like recently in India, everywhere there was flood. So definitely those people must have suffered. But it doesn't mean that farmers will stop farming. So we go through this. Same thing with economy. Same thing like, see, I met many people. If they made some mistake in one of the investment, and then that become their you can say belief system that this investment is not good for me. Now I learned from Robert Kiyosaki about property investment. I learned 18 months. I did coaching with him and his team, and I learned real estate. But after learning also I made mistakes. But he told me that be ready for this, don't give up. If you give up, it means you are quitting, and when you quit, you never success. So he made me aware. So in Dubai, I have seen 2-3 cycles of properties goes up and down, but he says as long as you have a clear objective why you are investing in property. So my objective was to be financially free. So that was rental purpose. Whether property price goes up or down, as long as my rent is coming, I need not to be worried. But this doesn't happen with people. The moment something happens, 2 days back, this all stock market upside down started happening, and I have seen people panicking. How many of you have experienced this? So in stock investment, people says you have to control your emotions of greed and fear. Does it happen? So what happens when our stock prices is going up? We are very happy. Correct? We are excited. When it goes down, we are sad. Then we start having guilt feeling. What if I would have withdrawn this money earlier? What if I would have sold this stock earlier? What if I would have bought gold few years? And they always either remain in the past or future. How many of you connect with this? So law of rhythm says, when something bad happens, be observer. Okay, that also shall pass. But something good happens, be grateful that I am grateful. So do you agree that this way you can change your vibration also, you can maintain? So I was using this probe. So I am following what Bob Proctor was doing. So he was using this probe, send clock, send timer. Send here in the bottom is past. Send in the top is future. Now future we don't know what is going to happen, how what uncertainties prevail or will take place in the world. Many wars are happening, many things people have started. Media have started talking, TV if you open, there are a lot of unrest everywhere, and that cause worry. Now what Bob Proctor says, that past is history. You cannot change it. Whatever has happened is happened, you can't change. Future is mystery. You don't know what is there in the next moment. But presence is the gift. But unfortunately, we either live here, and that's what will bring guilt and anger and frustration, or we are here, which will cause worry. How many of you feel that yes, this makes sense? How many of you are going? I have gone through this. Few years back, 7-8 years back, I was a victim of this. True, Rangraj. Thank you, Adrian. So this is the law of rhythm. Like, see, the ups and downs will keep happening. You don't know what is going to happen next moment. But as long as you have faith, as long as you are controlling your vibration. So each law are connected with each other. So this is law of rhythm. Then comes law of relativity. So example I have selected is this. Suppose these are the 4 barrels of oil. Now when I have 4 barrels, I can compare it, that this is the smallest one, this is the biggest one. This is bigger than this but smaller than this, correct? Now what if I say that nothing is bigger or smaller unless we compare it with something. Now, how you can apply in your life? Now, many times what happens? We see our friends, we see our colleagues, we see our competitors succeeding. And then what happens? We compare ourselves with them. They are doing something better, we are not doing. So, what will happen? There are two possibilities. It is good also, because if you inspire this person, if you ask this person that what you did which make you successful, and then learn from that and change your strategy. But normally what happens? This person will start feeling inferior, that I am not good enough. There is something wrong with my life. There is, this guy is lucky, I am not lucky. This guy is having qualification, I don't have qualification. And then what comes? Guilt. Correct? So when this comparison happen, now imagine that this small drum and this is big. So this person is thinking that I am better, I am superior, and that also is not good. But when this person feel that no, I am grateful, I have something which this person is not having, looking good in our life. So this is how you can apply law of relativity in your life. This drum is as it is. This person, you are a unique creation of Creator. You are given all the talents and ability. But maybe you are on different journey. So one of my mentors, Siddharth Rajshekhar, he gave example of airport journey. Because see, in coaching, I have seen many coaches, they are struggling, lack of confidence, they don't see results, and then they give up after some time. He was giving example of airport. So he says, suppose somebody, airport journey. So somebody is about to start from the home for airport. Somebody is in the cab on the way to airport. Somebody has reached to airport and offloading the baggage. Somebody is on the check-in counter and handing over the bag and completing check-in procedure. Somebody is at immigration gate. Somebody has already crossed the gate and sitting in the aircraft, and somebody is already in the air. Do you agree that this also with all our life? How many of you feel that yes, this makes sense? When we compare ourselves with others, but there is a better way that when we understand these universal laws, that instead of comparing with others, we accept that yes, I am on this journey. Many times we compare somebody who has invested 15-20 years of life, and then we are just starting say 1 or 2 years and we start losing the faith. How many of you feel that faith is important in any journey? If there is no faith, there is a fear, there is a doubt. Thank you, Rangaraj. Thank you, Mr. Shubro, Adrian. So this is law of relativity you can apply in your life. Thanks, Akib. And the next law is law of polarity. Now, these are some pictures. COVID, correct? Now, COVID was not good or not bad. It is how you have perceived it, what you did differently, how you change your model. Maybe majority of population, they got affected negatively. But do you agree that some people, they made fortunes? How many of you know those people who have changed their model, and for them COVID was blessing? For me, I consider, okay, for business point of view, yeah, Zoom, like say, this is what I was about to tell Mr. Subro. I can reach to anywhere. Earlier, my reach was limited to only Dubai, to my warm contacts. Now, many of you on this session, I don't know you. You might have heard about me. Few of you I know. I met you personally. Pharmaceutical, yes, Adrian, it has changed. Entertainment, it has changed. Education, it has changed. Business travels has changed, correct? Earlier people, I remember any work was there, I was traveling. Now people are having online conversation. My all trainings from Bob Proctor coaching is now online. Every day I have some sessions with Bob Proctor's team. Even after this I have a session on sales. So I am learning. I don't have to travel. Earlier I was traveling to Canada and US. So now same thing with electricity. Do you agree that electricity is a blessing for us? Light, other appliances, anything, correct? But do you agree that if somebody puts finger in the socket, what is going to happen? So electricity is a good and bad. How many of you feel? So there is nothing good and bad. So everything has opposite and equal. If good, there is a bad. So COVID was good, COVID is bad. It is so when we have a neutral approach. Same thing water. Water is required for life, but when water turns as a flood, what happens? Same thing with money. Many people, they have a lot of money, but they are not happy. They are abusing money. Money makes them worse person than they were. So money is money. It makes you more of who you are. If you are a good person, money will make you better. If you are not so good person, money will make you worse. Does this make sense? This is Bob Proctor's sentence, that money will make you more of who you are. So anything you see around, anything in abuse or excess is harmful. So law of polarity, everything is equal and opposite. Law of cause and effect. How many of you are familiar with this cause and effect? Correct? Somebody wants to be healthy, but person is more inclined to this. Yeah, Prem Kumarji, yes, electricity is the charge between two polarities. True, without positive, negative, it will not work. So law of polarity, day, night, bad, good, hot, cold, in, out, everything is opposite. So without that, so there is a law of opposite cause, then this is law of cause and effect. So just one example, a person wants to be healthy, do you agree that there should be healthy food intake, not this food? So cause is this and effect will be not this, effect will be something different. Person wants to be financially free, but they have bad spending habits. How many of you feel that? Many times people feel that they are not able to save money because of habits. Cause. People try to fight the effects without working on the causes. Now causes are there in the mind, habits, programming, paradigms. Fix the cause. Unfortunately, what is happening in our present world, even if you go to doctor will address your symptoms, not causes. So again it's temporary, it will be addressed, but again it will be back. Same thing people work on New Year resolution. Thank you Subroji, thank you. So people make New Year resolution to make change in the life. I will be on strict diet, I will go to gym, I will have a better spending habits, I will save money, I will build financial freedom in 2 years. But after a few days they give up. Why? Because they are trying to change the behavior. The cause needs to be changed. Does this make sense? And this is applicable anywhere. Like say, it is like suppose this seed. Now I use this seed as example. So this is the mango seed and this is acorn seed. I got this from Bob Proctor, acorn seed. Now do you agree that if I plant this mango seed, subject to soil is fertile, it is going to give me mango only. I am not going to get orange. Does this make sense? Or if I plant this acorn, I am going to get oak tree. It is not going to turn into any other. And same thing when our thoughts, the effects, the results we are getting in our life are based on what we think. How many of you have heard that our thoughts become things? Or how many of you are aware about this book, Think and Grow Rich? Yeah, it says think and grow rich. Do you agree that thoughts cause our results, effects? Yeah, this was the same version Bob Proctor was using, so I bought from Canada when I went. This is a very powerful book. It says think and grow rich, not work and grow rich. Okay, work may be part of this. Without work, you cannot achieve that. And he is not talking about only material wealth. He is talking about overall wealth and alignment. But everything starts with thinking. And unfortunately, like there is a statistic by Bob's mentor, Earl Nightingale. How many of you have heard about Earl Nightingale, who was mentored by Napoleon Hill? So Earl Nightingale says 1% people in the world they think, 2% people they think they are thinking, but 97% people would rather prefer to die than thinking. Now, and then he adds that mental activity is not thinking. Thinking is reasoning. Thinking is keep on asking yourself, what I am doing is productive activity, non-productive activity. It's just something which I can delegate to somebody and I can spend time on productive activities. Maybe person is spending more time on Netflix. Maybe person is spending more time on social media. We all have time as, all of us we have in the similar quantity. Nobody is having, let it be president of the country or even a worker, we all have 24 hours. And our results will be decided based on how we use this time. How many of you feel that it is not time management, it is a priority management? Are you more involved with productive activities or non-productive activities? Law of cause and effect. If you are not happy with the results in your all the areas of life, mental well-being, emotional well-being, physical well-being, financial well-being, think what are the causes. Instead of getting upset with effects, your results, maybe bank balance, maybe your P&L report, maybe your medical report, all those are effects. There are some causes. How many of you feel that yes, this law of cause and effect directly affects our life? I was not aware. 8 years back, I was not aware. Even some effects were there in my life which I was not happy with, but it was happening because I didn't know how to change it. I was fighting with effects. Thank you, Subroji. Thank you very much. So, this is law number 5, law of cause and effect, law of gestation. Now, this is very important law which helped me to continue what I am doing. So, now this law says, suppose this is a seed. Now, this is a say wheat seed, or suppose there is a mango seed. Now, do you agree that every seed has a gestation period? A cucumber seed will have a different gestation period as compared to mango tree. Carrot seed will have a different gestation period as compared to any other seed. So, every seed has a gestation period and we know that. So, we allow that time to grow. So, this is the process, correct? You have a seed, you have a fertile soil, you are planting, you are nurturing and allowing seed to grow out and become a plant and then tree, and then you reap the harvest, you do the harvest, you reap the fruits. This baby, we know that gestation period of a baby from conceiving to delivering, it's around 9 months, and we know that as a human baby, and we never expect a baby in 4 months or 5 months, because that's what nature has, universal law has designed. This much time is required. Sometimes okay, there is early or there is delay. Now, these are the, we know that there is a gestation period, but human dream is something, there is no fixed gestation period. Now, this was something very, you can say, a total shift for me. When I have made a decision to become a coach, it was 8 years back. I was on the job, and Bob Proctor, working with Bob Proctor, first time I went there to find answer for financial freedom. I was not getting financial freedom because I have learned something from Robert Kiyosaki, how to be financially free, how to invest in real estate, what is financial freedom, but I was nowhere close to that for 4 years, and that was causing me frustration. And sometimes the clarity, the path comes out of frustration, because when your need or want turns into burning desire, universe will conspire to make happen. And universe conspired me. Universe took me to Bob Proctor in Canada in front of him, and he helped me to find out what I would be doing when I am financially free. He asked me a question, that if you have all the time and money, would you be doing same thing what you are doing now, or you will be doing something different? Now, if I ask you same question, imagine that you have all the time and money. Would you be doing same thing what you are doing now, whatever profession you are in, whatever business you are in, whatever job you are in? Would you be still doing same thing, or it will be different? And that is the process of discovering your purpose. We listen many people that okay, you need to have a purpose, you need to have a big why. Simon Sinek says that without having why, you will not read, but how to find the why? And Bob Proctor was master on this. So, sitting with him in the training room on day 4, I found this answer, that this is what I want to do. But that time I never coached anybody. I didn't knew this subject. My self-image was that I am introvert. I was not having confidence. I was not having confidence speaking in English, because I had studied in Gujarati medium. So, I always thought that I am not, you can say English, good in English. I was introvert, I was not comfortable networking. All those things was my reality. But Bob Proctor told me that you don't need to know how, you only need to know what. Working with me for 4 days, you found out the what. Now, don't worry about how will show up. As you progress, But suppose if I didn't see the result, and if I start digging the soil, having doubt, no, this is not for me, I made a mistake, I don't think I would have reached to here and share this and inspire people and influence and impact their lives. And this is what my purpose, this is what universe wants me to do. And that made me to leave my job, like Bob Proctor pushed me to leave my job. He told me that work for coaching for 2 years as a part-time, don't just leave your job immediately, don't be stupid, this was his words. Work for 2 years on part-time and then gain some confidence, help some people, build some income from coaching and then leave your job. Now that's what the power of mentors on your side. Now I want you to think, who are your mentors, who can help you at this level. I am not just talking about YouTube mentors and those posts you are getting. I am talking about this mentor who is who can hold your hand and who can take you on this journey. How many of you feel that when we work on some dream and as we don't see results, we start giving up? Now people are there in BNI, so I always give example of BNI. Some people, they don't see results and then they having doubt. No, this is not for me, and then they stop their activities, they give up. And this is for everything, anything new you start, you have to go through this journey, and that is called journey of faith, law of gestation. Human dream is something you don't know what time it will manifest. So I have promised myself that I will be free financially at the age of 50. It didn't happen. It happened at the age of 53. But it doesn't mean that I need to give up my dream. So law of gestation. How many of you feel that this makes sense? Like we need to go on this journey with faith. Keep doing with persistence. Results will show up. Does this make sense? Thank you. Thanks, Subroji. Thank you very much, Adrian. Now, this kind of information, like say, are not covered in any corporate training. They don't teach this. They don't, schools they don't teach, college they don't teach, MBA they don't teach, engineering they don't teach. But do you agree that this information is required in life? How many of you feel that yes, this is required? I feel that if this information was not there with me, I don't think I would be doing what I am doing today with this confidence. Thank you, Sahendra. Thank you, Adrian. Next law is law of perpetual transmutation of energy. Yes, patience and faith are always, but we lose sometimes faith, and I will show that also what happens. So this is the seventh law. Now this law says whatever you want is available in the world in one form or another form. Now how many of you are heard in, see, all the religions say one thing, nothing is created or destroyed, it just in the form. How many of you, whichever religion you are, but all religions say the same thing, that nothing is created or destroyed. Even suppose if I show this clicker, do you agree that anything required to make this clicker is available in the universe since the time universe is formed? Maybe it has changed the form. Maybe it was in different form earlier, then it was changed, it was made in this shape. After sometimes when I am not using it, it will be recycled, it will turn into something else. Same thing, if I say this is a paper or it's a book, it was from tree, correct? It was from paper earlier, and then it was extracted from the tree, and then it became a book. After some time this book also will be recycled. Best example again I learned from Bob Proctor. So imagine that these ice cubes. Now ice cubes, when I apply heat, what will happen? It will start evaporating, correct? It will boil first and then it will start evaporating, and then it will go in the atmosphere or ether, and it won't be visible. Now it is not visible, it doesn't mean it is not there. It is there in the different form. After once this evaporation happens, it will form the cloud, it will become part of cloud, again it will come back on the earth. And same thing applies to wealth creation. Now wealth creation, Bob Proctor says that your income depends on the services, quality and quantity of services you give. You have to, so the money you receive are the rewards of services you provide. So when I am giving better services, when I am leaving you people with impression of increase, definitely universe is going to work in my favor. True? So whatever you want is already there in one form or another form. It is just matter of becoming, following these laws, align yourself, change your vibration and attract these things which you really deserve. So, these are the primary laws. So, there are 7 primary laws, there are 11 secondary laws. Law of thinking, we become what we think about. Law of supply, there is enough, everything is in abundance. We never question whether there is enough air for us to breathe or no. Same thing for wealth also. Law of attraction, we know that. So, law of attraction is a secondary law of vibration. Law of receiving, it's not only just asking, ask, believe and receive. You need to have that faith, be ready to receive. Law of increase, everything is increasing. If you are not growing, you are going in reverse. I will not go much in detail. I will little bit cover law of compensation because that is related to wealth creation. Law of non-resistance, there is always better way to do things faster and quicker. When you follow some guidelines, when you align yourself with these laws, it's called law of non-resistance. You don't need to work hard. Like say we have been programmed that to earn more money you have to work hard. How many of you feel that? I was told, I have seen my father working hard when I was say age of 5 or 6 years. I have seen him working hard from morning till whole day and then part-time job. And for me, belief was that to earn more money I have to work hard. And my mind was always say that, okay, I have only this many hours, so I deserve only this much money. But when I changed this, I understood these laws. Law of forgiveness. Now, law of forgiveness is not only forgiving others, it is forgiving ourselves. We made many mistakes in life. Unless we don't forgive ourselves, we carry this as a guilt. So, again Bob Proctor's example, he used to give example. Imagine that somebody has done some cheating with you, somebody has criticized you, somebody was angry with you, somebody did a fraud with you, somebody did some politics with you, and then you are always carrying that mental baggage in your mind, angry on that person. He was using analogy. He says, imagine that you are holding burning coal in your hand and you expect that person to get burned. Is it going to ever happen? Write me in the chat box. Is it ever going to happen? You are angry on somebody and you expect that that person will get effect. It is never going to happen. But we keep doing this whole day. See, law of forgiving and forgetting. Another example he was giving is you are angry with somebody, somebody did wrong with you. It's like you are taking poison and you expect other person to die. Is it ever going to happen? But we keep doing this whole day. But when law of forgiveness, when we understand this, we can change our life. Law of sacrifice. Now, law of sacrifice is not just giving up something. It is giving up lower nature to get something of higher nature. Suppose you know that time is limited. You need to earn, you need to invest some time, 2 hours on learning or educating yourself. And then you know that you did your analysis, you are spending say 1.5, 2 hours on Netflix. Now Netflix is not sacrificing, you are giving up that lower nature which is not going to help you anyway to do something, and sitting here and attending this 2 hours masterclass, that is sacrifice. Because you are giving up something of lower nature to educate yourself, to raise awareness, and I made this decision. I understood this. Law of obedience. There are universal laws, be obedient to that instead of violating these laws. We follow this law of land, but we keep violating these laws. Law of success. We all deserve a better life, successful life in our life. We have to accept this, that I deserve that success. Its success is not only for few limited people. Everybody has same talents and ability. If you want, you can take a screenshot of these, because these are again important things. So these are 11 secondary laws, but those first 7 laws are primary laws. So I will cover a little bit of this law of compensation, which helped in my last 3 years of my work. So when I joined Bob Proctor, I worked for 3 years after that in my company. But when I learned this law, my compensation in 3 years have gone up by double. So I was in air conditioning, so I use this example. So law of compensation, so it says your income, earning or profit depends on 3 things. First one is demand of what you do, So if you want, you can write your profession, what you do, what kind of services you provide. So I was in air conditioning, now I am inspiring people, I am helping them to align, I am helping them to achieve financial freedom. What you do, write it in the chat box. What is your, so Mr. Mustafa is in traveling, he provide travel services. What are the services you provide? Adrian, you are in marketing. Anybody else wants to share? So air conditioning, I knew that it is always going to required in this part of the world. And then I was working on my ability unconsciously for first you can say 17 years of my work with that company. I worked with one company in Dubai for 20 years. But last 3 years was game changer because I understood this law. Thank you, Mr. Shubro, you are in finance and sustainability. So this air conditioning, suppose somebody is in the food industry. Now do you agree that these two things are going to be required always, even marketing, even money, even finance, even sustainability. So you need to know that what you are doing is in demand, correct? That is first point. Second one is your ability to do it. Now do you agree that in the same field which you are, there are people who are doing absolutely amazing and there are people who are struggling, and then there are people who are average. Is it true? Like whatever, even business also, whatever business you are, there will be different people. Somebody is doing amazing, somebody is struggling, somebody is average. What these people do, you how many of, like in marketing we say positioning, correct? USP, what is your unique selling point or USP? When you position yourself differently, and that you can do by working on your ability. So when I worked with Bob Proctor, he gave me this advice that I want you to give your 100%, whatever 2 years or 3 years you are going to work for the company, and then whatever I was learning, I was helping my team also. I was helping them with mindset, the paradigms, the programming, team culture. I was investing my own money. Company was benefiting, team was benefiting, but benefit was coming to me also in multiple way, and that made my financial freedom journey shorter. How it happened? This is what law of compensation. So your ability to do it, and third one is difficulty in replacing you. Now if you are in the job, you are not indispensable, but do you agree that if you are difficult to replace, your compensation will go up? If you are in business job, definitely your company will not prefer to lose you. Or if you are in business, your client will be, you will be attracting those clients because you have positioned yourself by giving better quality and quantity of service. Does this make sense, this law? I applied this. Why I am telling you it works? It works. Whatever business, whatever profession you are. And that is the only, in your hand, my hand, it is only your ability to work. And we can do it by investing time and some money in us. I am still investing. I am traveling to Malaysia next Tuesday for 5 days training with my mentor. Now people ask me why you need all this training. So I follow this. If you are not updated, you are outdated. How many of you use GPS? How many of you are using GPS, and why we use GPS? All correct? We all use GPS. It's there in our mobile. Why we use GPS? What are the benefits of GPS? Thank you, Saindra. Easy navigation, yeah. Precision, accurate information we get, gives direction. Akib says direction for destination. Yeah, correct, true. We can have a worry-free drive. We don't have to worry that I am on the right track or no. We also know that what time you will reach, so you can tell other person whom you are going to meet that I will reach in exactly this time. You know that which road there is a traffic, which road is a clear. You make a choice to pay toll or you go without toll, whatever it is. Time estimation, yes, Sandra. So we use GPS every day. Why? Because of all these reasons. Time efficiency, to have some judgment of traffic. Now, do you have a GPS to navigate your life? Now, that is GPS we use when we are driving or traveling. What about Do you agree that traveling in the life towards purpose and goal and vision, we need some compass, we need some GPS? Thank you, Adrian. You have yes. That's what is success, secret of success. So we need some compass, some navigation. Now, do you agree that? Thank you, Premji. So GPS as it is will not work unless we give some inputs. So I will cancel this. So what are the inputs we need to give it to GPS? We have to tell GPS something, two things: destination, yes, and starting point, correct? Where you start from, where you want to go, and then GPS will give us different option. Now what if I say that to achieve your goal also, wealth creation, well-being, alignment, also you need to know this, where you are, where you want to go, and then you have to tune to this frequency. Like say we are talking about law of vibration, whatever you want is available on this frequency. Now what you need to do to tune to this frequency, you need to raise awareness. So today suppose you are raising awareness, I raise my awareness, I am still raising my awareness to new levels, so I can become more effective to share this information. So it is all about awareness. And now if it is so easy, success is like going from point A to point B, why so many people are stuck? Do you feel that people are stuck? One or other way they are stuck. Why? Because of this word called paradigm. Now I didn't knew this word till the age of 49. First time I heard this from Bob Proctor, that there's something called paradigm, and it is a paradigm which decides our results. How many of you know what paradigms are? Any idea before I share next screen? So it says, Bob Proctor says that if paradigms are in control, nothing will change. So it's same example as making new Year resolutions and giving up. Why it is happening? So thank you, Adrian. It's a mindset. Yeah, it is related to mindset. So let me share what paradigms are. What is holding you back? So it is paradigms which holds us back. So it is paradigms are programming, our own programs. So I will just go a little faster. It's all about awareness. We are talking about awareness. So I will just stop here. See, as we are, how many of you wants to be financially free? Because then I will go little detail in financial freedom. How many of you wants to be financially free? Yes, thank you, Adrian. Everybody, because see, financial freedom can be open up a gift of freedom of choice. Now it's not so. I learned from Bob Proctor that financial freedom is not all about money. So it's not about money. It's what you want to do with that time, with that money, with that choice. That is what is important. So we need to learn awareness about money. Unfortunately, we have a lot of baggage about money. We have a lot of belief system about money. So this Bob Proctor's table, he says there are three types of income earning strategy. M1 is 96% in the world, but they hold 1% of wealth. And what they do? They trade their time. Correct? They trade their time, and we all have limited time. M2 strategy, 3% of the people, and they hold 3% of wealth. What they do? They are rich like Ambani's, like suppose recently that Anant Ambani's got married. He is a born rich. He don't have to worry about money. He just need to, because he is brought up in that environment, and he will learn how to make money from money. But that is not with everybody. That is 3% of people. M3 is 1% people, but they hold 96% of wealth. And what they do? They have multiple sources of income. Now people who had only one source of income during COVID, and if their industry was affected, you can imagine that what happened in their life. They always thought that no, nothing will happen on their job. So I learned from my mentor again that job security is a myth and self-employment is a trap. So if you are depending on these two and not having other multiple sources of income, start thinking from now. I learned this, Bob Proctor helped me on this. So Bob Proctor was not only my mindset coach, he was helping me on money also. Thank you, Subroji, thank you very much. Then I learned from this gentleman, Robert Kiyosaki, about cash flow quadrant. So he says entire earning population of the world divided into this 4 quadrant. Anybody have studied this? Maybe you have played cash flow game, or you have read book called Cash Flow Quadrant, or you are familiar with this. Yes, Adrian? We have played cash flow game lot of times. So he says, okay, Prem Kumar, you are not aware, so I will share a little bit. So this is Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. He says entire earning population of the world divided into 4 quadrants. Employee quadrant, what employees they do? They trade their time and they get monthly, weekly salary. Self-employee, what they do? They trade more time. Doctor, lawyer, traders, all those people, they trade more time. Auditors, and then they earn money. But these people are trading their time and there is a limit. They can only do up to limited. Now these people, big business like Mukesh Ambani, Richard Branson, Adani, all those people, Elon Musk, they may be having hundreds of thousands of employees, and these people, they are buying their employees' time every day, 8 hours. So suppose, imagine Elon Musk is having 100,000 employees. So these 100,000 people are here, and there is exchange of time and money is happening, and he is becoming rich and rich and rich, correct? And then they become investors and they make their money to grow. And many times they use other people's money. They use money from financial institutions. So if I always name of Imar comes to my mind, as we are in Dubai, we know that Imar, they announce the project, real estate, and people have stand up in the queue overnight to give their money. And then Imar, even before starting the project, they get money. Then they get finance from financial institution, because people are willing to, they have faith, and then they make more money. Now this is just awareness. Now these things are not taught in school or management, but we need to learn this. I decided to upgrade myself. Does this make sense? If this makes sense, type MS in the chat box. So then this is, thank you Adrian. So this is from real, again Robert Kiyosaki. So till the age of 46, I never filled my personal financial statement. I am sure how many of you have filled your own personal financial statement. I am not talking about business financial statement. I learned from Robert Kiyosaki through a game called cash flow game. Now here he divides again cash flow patterns 3 types. One is poor person's pattern. Now poor person is not somebody who is living in a slum or in poverty. Poor person can be a pilot also, it can be a doctor also, it can be a general manager or CEO also. So this is income, expense, asset, liability. These are the financial principles or financial statement. A person earning money and everything is spent. Now you will see many people like this, and they are living on maybe credit cards and multiple things. They are always broke. They are always having lack of money, because they have not built any assets, and they don't have liability also. They don't believe in liability, but at the same time they don't have assets which can generate passive income. Then comes is second one, average person. So average person, what they do? They earn, they build lot of liabilities. So they have mortgage because they want to live in their own home. They have luxury car, so they have a car loan. They have a credit card debts, they have school loans, multiple things. And then, so they have to pay this, and then they have household expenses like taxes, mortgage payment, car payment, utility payment, grocery, and everything whatever they earn, first it goes through liability and then goes through expenses, and nothing is in asset column, correct? And then comes third one. Sorry, this is rich person, not poor, so ignore this. This is a rich person's cash flow. What they do? They build assets, they build businesses, they have real estate, they have paper assets, sorry, and then there all the expenses are covered, what they earn here. And when I understood this, I have decided that I want to be in this quadrant. and now I am in this quadrant, and that allow me to spend time, help people, but at the same time I have bigger dreams, so I take them on this journey of awareness. But this can be the best life you can create for yourself, and that's what I call is align and design. When you align with this information, this awareness, these laws, how many of you feel that yes, this is this life you want to create, financial freedom? Then whatever you are passionate about, you can even you can continue with the job. There is nothing wrong, but that time you choose to do it, not you have to do it. Many times we do because we have to do it. There is a big difference between I have to and I choose to. So I am working more than earlier I was working, but now I choose to. It gives me energy. When I'm standing almost 1.5 hours now, I don't feel tired. I feel more energy now. So see, Mr. Bro, I learned from Robert Kiyosaki because something was connecting me with real estate. So I went for 18 months of coaching, but at the same time he told me about both mentors, Robert Kiyosaki and Bob Proctor, that make sure that you have protection. Because of your stupid decision, make sure that your family is not suffering. So I have insurance which takes care of, so I have peace of mind. Even something happens to me, my family is taken care. So that brings peace of mind. Then this passion which I am working on brings more money to me. And I attract this, like say, I learn to be in that vibration. People knows me, even they don't know me and they meet me, they see something, you can say radiating from my face. This is what is there. I say, let's see, whatever your internal feelings, internal thoughts will be reflected. So your outside results are reflected what is going on inside. So it is like, see, there are different asset classes. I'm not expert on financial advice, so I can help on this. I can make people think. This is advice given to me by Robert Kiyosaki. So when I started with him in 2012, he asked me to buy 3 piggy banks. Now this you also can do it immediately. 3 piggy banks, one is savings, investing and tithing, charity. Every day if you put small amount, let it be 1 dirham, let it be 10 dirham, let it be 10 rupees. Every day when you wake up in the morning, when you do, you will see the shift is happening. Now it is not how much money you put, but it is the habit. You are making a choice to pay yourself first. How many of you pay yourself first? We normally pay other people first. Whenever you get, say, business income or your salary, you pay rent, you pay children's education, you pay grocery bill, you pay credit card bill, you pay utility bill, and then something is left. You think about savings, investing and charity. But what if you do this first? This will help you to develop a prosperity mindset, and that is the game changer. So this I learned. My journey started from here. So paradigms I already spoke. It is programs. It is a programs and belief system which is running from genetically and environmentally. And unless these paradigms are not changed, so paradigms affect all these areas of our life. Ability to earn money, perception, use of time, creativity, effectiveness, productivity, logic, belief system, self-image, everything. So entire all results are controlled by paradigms. And unless we don't understand and how to change the paradigms, things will have a temporary change, not permanent change. Now if you want to have a permanent change with exponential growth, the change needs to be inside. And that's where you need a GPS, you need a mentor. Belief about money. There are some beliefs. I will run a little faster now. So we have some beliefs about money. Money is root of all the evils. How many of you have heard about this? Money is root of all the evils. You need money to make more money. Be satisfied with what you have. Like in India, in Hindi, it is told that jitni chaddar hai utna pair phailao. Or be satisfied with what you have. Money doesn't grow on tree. How many of you have heard from this? So that made me, or that inspired me to write this book, that money grows on tree. Growing a money tree is the same process as you grow any other tree. How you can change paradigms? Sometimes emotional impact. You reach to a level that you are sick and tired. Maybe say example of say a person who is having habits of smoking, and he is a chain smoker. He is not able to give up. But when the damage goes to such a level, doctor tells that now if you don't quit smoking now, nothing will change, and that time it is called emotional impact. Other way is constant space repetition. Keep on, say, those habits, how habits are formed, repeating something, how habits can be changed, again repeating something but in a reverse way. Paradigms play important part, we have already covered. Now where the paradigms are, so Adrian says it is a mindset. Now do you agree that to have idea of mindset, we need to learn mind? As we are running short of time, I will go a little faster. So I want you to go through these pictures, think about this picture, maybe your home, maybe your friends, school friends or colleagues, your home, your family, your car, your pet, Burj Khalifa. Have you started getting images on screen of your mind? How many of you have started getting images? Even though Burj Khalifa is not there in front of you right now, but the images appeared. Correct? So we think with mind, we think in pictures. So how mind looks like? We need a picture of mind also to work with. Now if you are thinking this is how mind looks like, this is not mind, this is brain. So what is mind? You need to have pictures. So I learned from again Bob Proctor. This is the model of mind. You can see this. Imagine that this big circle is mind and this is body. It is all about alignment. Again we are coming back to alignment. Align your life and design. Your conscious mind, subconscious mind, body. This part is your thinking mind, where your dream, your ideas, your thoughts are created. Now these thoughts are turned into emotions. So this is like a garden. Subconscious mind is like a garden. Whatever you plant, so if you plant thoughts of prosperity, it will go here and it will be that kind of action. If you have thoughts of worry, it will give you back more of it. So conscious mind is like a garden. Whatever you plant here, it will be shown up as results. So this is just basic of, and any idea what are these 5 antennas what you see? What are these? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Anybody? Senses. Yes, Adrian, you have gone through thinking into results, so you know that. So these are senses, what we see, hear, smell, taste and touch. Now so far, okay, it is almost 1 hour 40 minutes. You are receiving this information by using your 2 senses. You can see and you can hear, correct? You are listening and you are seeing it. Now how many of you are emotionally connected with this information? Your mind is telling, yes, this information makes sense. I need to learn this at a very early age. My kids needs to learn at very early age. How many of you have started connecting at that level, that it makes sense? Whatever I am sharing, one needs to learn. Or if you know this, lot of things can be changed in your life. How many of you feel? Type it in the chat box that it makes sense, MS. Thank you, Adrian, Maitri, Mustafa Bhai, Subro, thank you. So see, when you feel that it makes sense, it is emotionally connected. So that idea, that information is gone to your subconscious mind. And then you will start seeing that your vibration is changing. Maybe you will start having goosebumps. It's good to know. So it is never too late. I learned this information at the age of 49, Prem Kumarji. So for many people say 49 is too late. When I left my job, high paying job at the age of 53, people says it is too late. It's not a good time to take risk in your life. But my mentor says that. I have seen my mentor active till the age of 88. So it's whenever you receive this information, so it says there is a Chinese proverb, when was the good time to plant a mango tree? Maybe it was 20 years back, but next right time is now. Maybe today is the time. You can think about this. So it is everything is about mind. And in school, I didn't learn this in school, so I already shared. Conscious mind is responsible for thoughts, subconscious is responsible for feeling, and body is responsible for action. So it is all about alignment. Our thoughts turns into feeling, feelings turns into action, action turns into result. It's very simple. Getting results in life is very simple, but we make it complicated because we don't know anything about this mind and anything about this alignment. Now what happens when person is not aligned? So excuse these letters are a little bit jumbled up. So imagine that you want financial freedom, because that's what you told, that you want financial freedom. Now you are ignorant how to get it. The way things are changing outside, the way things are changing in your business, you are ignorant. And you are continuously having thoughts of worry and doubt at your conscious mind. That turns into negative emotions: fear, frustration, anger, jealousy, guilt, resentment, disappointment. All those are emotions. And these emotions are reflected on your body as anxiety. So negative thoughts, negative feelings, negative emotion, vibration, which is anxiety. Nobody loves to express anxiety. We always suppress. Anything we suppress turns into depression. Depression turns into disease, body is not at ease, and then it turns into disintegration. This is one side, remaining ignorant. I was here till the age of 49. But when I learned this, I decided to shift here. How I shifted? By knowledge. That brought understanding in me, that if I was not able to do that time, it doesn't mean I can't do it. I learned it. That brought faith. That brought well-being. That made me express. That helped me to accelerate. That put my body at ease, and I am creating this. This is the process. This is called paradigm shift. This is how you can align your mind for explosive growth. I can take 2-3 hours on this, but then as we have limited time, so I will just little bit rush on this. So we are given, like, say, you will have a question that we have 5 senses. We allow a lot of information. From morning we wake up till the night we go to bed. First thing is newspaper, then social media, then in the evening TV. Lot of information comes, and those information dictates our thinking. Now what if I say these 5 senses are given to animals also? But do you know that we are given the 6 mental gifts? These are the gifts which is our toolbox. But unfortunately these gifts we are using against us. So what are these gifts? One is imagination. So we all know this gentleman, our the ruler of Dubai and the Prime Minister of UAE, Sheikh Mohammed. There is a quote. He says, future belongs to those who can imagine it, design it, execute it, using our imagination. So first gift is imagination. We are all given this, but we use imagination in form of worry. Second gift, focus. We always feel that there is a lack of concentration because we are programmed to be multitasker. We are doing too many things at one time. We need a focus. Example, if I give, you may be aware about this device. How many of you are familiar with this? You can see in this picture what it is doing. When you bring this in sunlight, what it does? It ignites fire, correct? It ignites fire. So that's what our power of mind, power of our thoughts. When we have focused thoughts, when we are working on productive activities, we can achieve. But unfortunately, we are programmed to be multitasker. We have a lot of distractions in our work, our professional life, personal life. Third is thinking or reasoning. Thinking is not mental activity. Reasoning is the gift. Reasoning is, should I eat this junk food or should I go for healthy food? Should I go for this comfortable or you can say sedentary lifestyle or exercise and activity? Should I respond or react? Now this is the reasoning, and this comes when you are calm, when you are having clarity, when you are aligned. How many of you feel that yes, this makes sense? Fourth one is perception. Example is COVID. COVID gave time to people to relax, to slow down, to think, to design, to plan. COVID gave time for family members to stay together because there was a lockdown, you can't go out. But COVID did this also. So it is all like, say, perception. Everything has good and bad in it. It is our how we look at it. Opportunities are there, even though in the adversities. And memory. Memory is like, see, I was using this. Now when you remember past memories, that's how we are programmed. It will bring, if there were not so good memories, it will bring guilt, anger, frustration, all those things. Now we have a lot of wins also. If you go back in your life, whatever your age is, you will have a lot of wins. Recall those wins. Immediately you will see the shift is happening. Now this gift is given to us, but we don't use it. And then memory, future memory, we are worried about our future. And that also, we can think about better future, what kind of future you want to design. Then sixth one is intuition, like radio. I was tuning radio and all different music was coming. Same way, the answers are there around you. Universe is having all the answers. Unless you are not tuning to that frequency, you will not get that. So now you can see these universal laws are aligned here. Why I am taking little longer time? Because I want to help you connect the dots. So these are 6 mental gifts. What is holding you back? Fear or courage? You need the courage to move forward. So these are some fears which I will little bit go fast. Why financial freedom? Now what is your reason to be financially free? Now there will be tangible results and intangible results. Tangible results like you can have a comfort, you will have freedom of choice what to do, you will have better home, you will have better car, you will be traveling around the world, many things. You will have good clothes, nice watch. Intangible results, satisfaction. Intangible results, happiness, calmness, fulfillment. What are your reasons? Why do you want to be financially free? Unless you don't have that, what is driving you? Do you have a clear purpose? What is driving you? Your dreams or circumstances? 95% people, they are driven by their circumstances. So they are giving their control. Now example, if you have to travel say 10,000 miles, you have different options. You can go by walk, you can take motorbike, you can take bicycle, you can take car, metro, ship or flight. Now it depends on your urgency. You will decide, correct? If you want to reach faster, you will go by flight. But if you have enough time, the same thing with financial freedom. How badly you want to be financially free. So that's how we make choice of our GPS. Now a mentor. So I will come back to this. Who can help you? My mentors help me. I have shared all my story. My mentors help me as a GPS, and mentor can play as a role of GPS. It can compress your timeline. It can help you to identify blind spots. So these are my GPS. How to find right mentor? Many times we have confusion because now these days there are a lot of coaches. So again I learned from my mentor, 3R method. What I'm teaching or the person is teaching is relevant to you. So in these 2 hours, if you feel that this is relevant to you, definitely this first one is ticked, that yes, it is relevant. I want to be financially free. I want to have alignment in my life. I want to have well-being. I want to do what I really love to do. If that is you, then I am right person for you. Does this resonate with you? Do you feel that I am authentic, or just I am talking from some reading material? What you feel? What is I want to understand? Do you feel that what I share is authentic? Does it resonate with you? Do you emotionally connect with what I am saying? Type it in the chat box. Like if you feel that authentic, type authentic. And then thank you, Adrian. And did I got the results which I am claiming you can get? If I am struggling, this all learning doesn't help. I am telling confidently, I am financially free, applying the same thing, and I am building better life for me. I am designing better life. So thank you, Subroji. Thank you, Adrian, Akib. See, this is the benefit of being authentic. You will emotionally connect with people, and you can apply in your business also, whichever profession you are. Do you agree that when you are authentic, the conversion will be faster? When you are authentic, your client will believe you, or prospect will believe you. So these are 3 things I learned from my mentor. I had confusion. So now there is a choice. Suppose you are here and you keep doing same thing what you are doing, and that is this path without any change. What will happen? Before it getting worse, see, things will not remain as it is. Universe is going forward. If you are not growing, you are going in reverse. Other way is bringing the change, deciding to align, raise your awareness. Now you can do it yourself. It takes time, but What if I say that this gentleman, now if I go back, this is me, I learned from Bob Proctor. Bob Proctor has invested 66 years of his life studying, researching, sharing this material. He learned from Earl Nightingale. Earl Nightingale has invested his entire life. Earl Nightingale is called as a father of personal development industry. There was no personal development industry before Earl Nightingale. Now, Earl Nightingale is mentored by Napoleon Hill, author of Think and Grow Rich. And Napoleon Hill was mentored by world's richest person, Andrew Carnegie. How many of you have heard about Andrew Carnegie? So, you can see this lineage. I am not just talking about something I have invented, I have learned, I have applied, and I know that it works. So, this is the science of getting wealthy. So, there is a science. It's just a matter of aligning with that science. I will not go in this detail, growing a money tree, we have already discussed this. So, now see, you have a choice, pain of growth or comfort of suffering. Now, pain of growth is temporary, but comfort of suffering is permanent. You will see people, they are always having lack of money, they are not feeling healthy, they are feeling sad, they find themselves in rat race, and they keep enjoying this because they want to stay in comfort. Pain of growth is studying, investing, changing some habits. How many of you wants to this side? PG, like write pain of growth or CS, comfort of suffering. What is your choice? What do you choose? I made a choice here. I decided to go to Canada, learn from mentor, upgrade myself, invest in me. Thank you, thanks Subroji, thank you Sahendra. Now it is always like, say, this will be temporary, this will be permanent. So either you can stay here or you can break free from your limitation. What do you choose? So I got answer. What is next? Now you will be thinking, so we are almost like, I just need 6-7 minutes. How about having a navigation system for financial freedom? Are you ready? If you are ready, type ready in the chat box. So I will share. It's a shorter version of journey I am offering. I have a longer version. So if people on the call, they did something and they have experienced the result. Adrian, thank you. So thank you, Prem Kumarji. Thank you. I will share details with you. So how many of you wants to live a life with financial free? Now financial freedom is priceless, but you have to pay the price. Correct? It's so some price. I don't say it is too big, but you have to do something based on this, what I have learned. So this is the course, this is the program, Financial Freedom Decoded. This is the one course which I have prepared based on my experience, success stories, learning from mentors. So which is all basic about financial freedom, steps how you can build your financial freedom. This is 15 plus videos, workbook, everything, kind of alignment system. Then there is a mental gift toolbox. 6 mental gifts I told you that we have that toolbox. Unless we don't open the gift and we use it, we develop it, nothing much will change. So this program is bonus I am giving with that. There is a third program which I have added today, because this program, today's session is about alignment, universal laws. So I have made a program of universal laws, how you can align, but you have to understand first, then only you can align. So there is a detailed course of this. All these 3, total value if I put, it's around close to 6,000 dirham. You will get definitely much more worth than this. Now I want you to think how much you feel you are worth to invest in this. Now I am not asking this. Definitely you will get more value, but what if I say that it is for this event? So there are 3 programs. Today's investment is 299 dirham only. 3 programs, self-learning. I will give one discovery session where we will discuss on Zoom 1-to-1 session. But you will have this lifelong access to these 3 programs, which will be almost 7 to 8 hours of video content, workbook, reading material, everything. Just this investment. Now normally if you go to a restaurant, you will invest I think more than that, correct? You will pay. Even if you go for a movie, with family of 2 or 3 people, how much you will pay? Now, do you agree that this can be a great investment? Only $299. Thank you, Adrian. I will share details with you. So this is the QR code of enrolling to this program. There is a link also, so either you can scan the QR code, or you can say click the link. Go for it. As I told you, I have invested $250,000 paying Bob Proctor, traveling for almost 6 years to Canada, US, learning from many mentors, and all those, you can say, compressed version is there in these 3 programs. So how many of you are ready to do this? If you have done it, type it in the chat box. If you want to discuss, connect me with discovery call. So this you can connect me with Zoom session. I will ask you some questions that will bring clarity to you. This is a free from my side. There is a link for discovery call also. See, either is a pain of growth or comfort of suffering. This is from my side, gift. And then as you are here, you have invested your 2 hours. I want to give you a gift, which is first 50 pages of my book. You can download it. Scan the QR code, or again there will be link for this, and download this book free, 50 pages. So this book is around 170 pages. So I am giving 1/3 of the book free download, and that also will be a great content. You can say first 50 pages, that itself is, you can say, use things. So go for it. Any questions so far? Again, if I come back to this one, if anyone still wants to scan the QR code, do it, and then take control of your life. You have power to align your life, or otherwise circumstances will take control of your life. And circumstances can be your business, your boss, your results, anything. So let me know if you have anything, and any Q&A, any questions you want to ask before we close. Or few people, at least 1 or 2 people, what was your takeaway? Let me understand. Anybody wants to share? You can switch on your video, audio. Yeah. Anyone? Before we close, we are already on the right time. So thank you for everyone for your time. I am sure you got value today. You got some clarity. You managed to connect some dots with your investment of this time. If you don't have any, if you want any question, you can ask. Okay, Mustafa, why you need to leave? Okay, we are right on time, so it's fine. Yes, we'll connect definitely, Subroji. So if you want, you can take down these links, and then we'll connect. So wishing you all the best, great success in life. Take control of your life, align and design your life. Thank you. Thanks everyone, and take care. Bye bye. Good night. Yeah.